So just try to follow along as the best you can. So as you can see right here, I have Word open up. So we're gonna try to make a new blank document using Word, and then we're gonna go ahead and start this. So let's go ahead and click on here. And remember from your previous classes how to use the mouse. So what we're gonna do first is you're just gonna make a blank document. So we're actually no, I take that back. We're gonna make a document. So here we go. So I'm just gonna type in hello, just for example's sake. And let's say you're in Word and you're typing in like a story or a resume or something along those lines in Word, and you want to save it. So all you have to do is go ahead and, in my case, you would click File and then you would click Save or Save As. What we're gonna do first is we're just gonna click Save As. So basically, let me explain something. So save and save as. There's actually a kind of a big difference for this. So save is one of my important points to this is the fact that always, always, always save, save, save. I say that because you just never know what's gonna happen. You could be typing an essay or a document, and then the power just magically goes out. And if you didn't save your work, well, you're stuck, and you have to start all over. So my biggest suggestion, and this was taught to me in school, is always just save, save, save. So this right here basically saves the document that you're currently working on. So that way, like I said, if the power goes out, if you accidentally exit out or something along those lines, um, you you would just it would just save. Now, as you can see right here, I haven't made a name for it yet, and I haven't put it into a folder yet. So it does this automatically. It doesn't name it automatically, but it does bring up the menu option automatically, which is a really nice aspect too. So we're gonna call this hello, and we're actually gonna save it to the desktop. So as you can see right here, I'm gonna go ahead and save it right here. That's the desktop. For Windows computers, it usually says desktop. For Mac computers, it says Mac's iMac. There is a difference to it. Like I said, if you want to learn further about that, I can teach you a one-on-one. But in the meantime, for educational sake, we're gonna continue. And then we are gonna go ahead and let's see. Actually, no, we're not gonna use this. I'm sorry. It's a little complicated. Macs are a little bit interesting. So we're gonna actually save it to. Let's see, where is it? We're gonna save it here to actual desktop in the corner, and you don't really have to click on any of this stuff in here. But just kind of click the desktop, and then we're gonna go ahead and save. So now it's saved, and you're gonna go ahead and you can hit subtraction, um, and then as you can see right here, there's the document. Um, but I'll explain how to make a folder soon for it. But for right now, that is how you saved on your desktop. My suggestion would be personally to not save your document on the desktop, or not save all your documents on the desktop. And I explain this because it will create clutter on the computer. Basically, the whole computer will be just covered in this stuff right here. And we don't want that, okay? We want it to just be nice and clean and organized. And I'll show you how to do that too. But now, what if you just want to say, because you probably see this in the corner, pictures, and it has a little folder, and you're probably thinking, well, how do I make that? Well, I'll show you how to do that. So on the Mac computer, once again, Macs are very interesting. So you notice, last time we taught you how to use a mouse. Um, Now, I don't want to overcomplicate things, but just in case you are ever in a situation where you have to use a Mac, the Mac computer kind of has no spacing between where the right and the left mouse is to click. Yeah, it does not have that. However, you kind of can just like basically kind of feel like which one it is. So let me go ahead and right click it, and as you can see right here, it brings us a sub menu, and all these other options are here. What we're gonna worry about right now is this one right here called New Folder. So basically, we're just gonna go ahead and click it, and then we're gonna we created a new folder successfully, which is really good because, like I said, it helps with organization and it helps keep your computer nice and clean. Because you don't want to be, scurrying around trying to find that document, stuff like that. Now, the folder right here is actually called unentitled folder. You don't want an abundance. So let me show you something. Let's just okay. You don't want this. This, in my opinion, is a no-no, and here's why. You don't want files and files of untitled folders. I say this because let's say, for example, you're writing a story and stuff like that, or like right here, the hello document. You don't want to take your document and just put it in any old folder, and then just kind of forget about it. Weeks to come, and so the time comes and you're just like, oh, I wanna work on this document a little bit more, but oh no, they're all called unentitled folder. I don't know where it is. So now you're just scurrying around, you're trying to look for it, and it's difficult. It's very difficult. So like I said, the key to owning a computer and using a computer, one of the main points is organization. So what you want to do is go ahead and right click it. You don't want to move to trash. That's bad actually. Unless you don't want to use it, you don't want to do that. But you want to scroll down here to rename. Now you can rename the folder. As you can see, there's like a blue, in this case blue highlighted around the word unentitled folder. That indicates that you can change it. So now, from the previous class, how to use a keyboard, you want to go down to your keyboard and click on delete. In my case, there's backspace for Windows computers, and then there's delete for Macs. And then you want to you can change the file name. So I'm just gonna call it the hello folder. Oops. I want to actually learn. I want to actually spell it right. So let's see. Okay. And then once you're done, just click outside the folder, and that's it. You've successfully created your own folder. So this is pretty easy. It works for not just Word, but it can work for any of these things down here. Not all of them, but most of them. You can use it to save your PowerPoint presentation, your Excel files, and then like I said, your Word documents. But don't don't get it a little bit. Don't get too anxious just yet. I know that's a lot to information to go over, but like everything, we will go over it like later. We just have to take our time and basically learn the basics. So go ahead if you want to practice saving your documents onto the desktop. What do you call it? And then just moving, and I'll go ahead and teach you next how to move and copy your files. So I'll give you some time to do that, and then to go ahead and pause the video if you want to, and then if not, we'll go ahead and move on to the next exercise, and that's moving and copying your files. So many times you will save your file in the wrong folder or want to move a file after you have originally saved it so that it's in the correct folder. If you would like the file to be beside the only new place, then you can move the file. So let's do this just to show how it is. So we're gonna click in here, and then we're gonna take the file out and put it back in here. And we're gonna exit out. So we have the hello folder, and then I'm gonna rename this the wrong folder. Okay. So basically, if you want to take this document and put it in here, the hello folder, instead of here, the wrong folder, all you will need to do is kind of just drag it. So you take your mouse and you hold down the left stick, or click down, and you kind of just drag it all the way into here. So this square will pop up. Actually, let's try this again. The square will pop up indicating that that's the folder. Now, like I said, Mac's computers are different. They like to just do all this, but for example's sake. And then you'll just let go right now. And as you can see, it actually shows you it's inside of the hello folder. Now, what if, just for example's sake, I'm gonna do it quickly, but I'm gonna show you how I did it. You accidentally put it in the wrong folder. So you're just dragging and then up, and then you do this. Oh, I accidentally put it in the wrong folder. How do I get out and put it into the hello folder? So it's actually a simple process. All you need to do is take your mouse, kind of just drag it along, and then click here, double click it. And remember that box that came up, you would just take your mouse once again, hold onto the document, and then just drag it out. And actually, you can put it into the hello folder. So it's pretty simple how to do this. And then, it's just, like I said, all you have to do is just hold on to it and then drag it out. You can put it back into the desktop, or you can even put it on another folder if you want to. But other than that, it's actually pretty simple to do it. It just takes time and practice, like most things. So, once again, if you want to, you can go ahead and pause and just try to, take your time with the document and just dragging along and putting it into the right folder. You don't have to name it the wrong folder or the hello folder. You can just name the document what you want. But like I said, it's pretty simple. So let's go ahead and exit this out. But again, you're gonna hear me say this a lot. Organization is the key. I personally do not like documents that are just every which way. I mean, you can have them like that, but it's nice to have a computer that you can just kind of organize. So what we're gonna do is just drag this right next to each other. Just sort of just make it like more cleaner and more organized. Again, you don't have to do it, but it's one of those like just little things you should practice. Just organize yourself. But so what about you have you want to copy and paste? Let's say you have it into the hello folder. And we can get it in there. Okay. And then you want to put it in the wrong folder. So here's what you do. You open up the hello folder, and then you sort of right click it. I shouldn't say you sort of. You should right click it. And I think so Macs are different once again. It should just say copy. You can copy it, and then you can paste. And now it made another document. So pretty easy. And then same thing like before, we can just go ahead and take the copied one and take it out and just drag it into the wrong folder. So now we're gonna open just for comparison, we're gonna open, if it lets me, we're gonna open the wrong folder and then the hello folder. And as you can see right here, this is the original one and this is the copy one. The difference is it actually tells you automatically that that's the copy one, which is good. And you can just practice doing this several times if you want to. I'm going to go ahead and demonstrate one more time. Just simply copy. And then you can click into the wrong folder. You don't have to paste it into the hello folder. You can just copy into the wrong folder. And let's go ahead and paste. And then it will create another one. So, and if you wanted to, you can just do it you don't have to click on the original one. You can just make a copy of this one. So let's go ahead and copy it if I find it, and then paste it here. So this is gonna pop up if you do that. It just says there's already a new one. There's the original was in there. Do you want to replace it? We don't want to do that because even though the document both say hello on it, and it's just one word, it's not good if you already, let's say you wrote, like I said, an essay or a story or a letter, and the improved letter is also called, let's call it letter to grandma, and you have the original letter to grandma and it's one paragraph versus you have the letter to grandma and it's finished. It's finished and signed and everything. If you take the final version of it and put it next to the original one and you click replace, it will revert it back to the original one, which is not good. However, don't panic. All you need to do is keep both, and it will just put a number next to it. But again, it would be wise for you to take what you know and just kind of edit it, and just go ahead and call it the example letter to grandma versus calling it letter to grandma finalized. So this is just to drag and drop and copy documents to folders. So like I said, take some time to demonstrate how to do that. Pause the video and go ahead and try it, and then that, I believe, let's see, we should have some more stuff here too. So one of the final exercises we're gonna do is creating a Word file, and then we're gonna change the file name to something, I guess, something personal. So you should by now take some time to create a Word document. And if you don't know how to do that, that's okay. Now we're gonna go ahead and start from the beginning. And just exit this stuff out. And then we're gonna go ahead and exit this out. And then if you're on a Mac computer, you have to put quit. I don't know why they do this, but just personal preference aside. So you're gonna take your mouse and you're gonna click over it. And that's gonna open up Word. So let's give it a minute. And then for this time, we're gonna click on Word document. All right. So let's call this, well, what's the opposite of hello? Goodbye. So we're gonna call this goodbye. And then we're gonna save the document. And we're gonna save it onto the desktop. And let's go ahead and change the name. Not just good, we're gonna call it goodbye. I think it will let us save it. I don't know. I say that because this little hyphen right here, I don't think you're supposed to have it as you can put that as a save. So let's see. Okay, good. For this time, we'll explain that later. But for right now, that's good. Let it save. So the document is right here. So using what we learned today, we're gonna make a new folder. Again, right click and then click new folder. Now, I've used these examples, the hello folder, the wrong folder. But this is the beginning of something good. This is the beginning of, like I said, it's the main word of today. Organization. So we are gonna change this to something different. We're gonna rename it, and we're gonna call it. Let's try it again. Okay. Sorry. It sometimes likes to be picky. That's okay. It's like not letting me do it. Okay, there we go. Okay, so we're gonna rename the folder. Now, like I said, organization is the key. So we are gonna rename it to something that involves your name. So if your name, your name is Tom, Susan, whatever the case is, whatever your name is, that's what we're gonna name it. So my name is Eric. Oop, not Eric. There we go. So we're gonna go ahead and name it. Now I have my very own personal file, which we're gonna put it right in here. We're gonna take our mouse and we're gonna click it and hold on to the document. And then once it's hover over it, we're gonna let go. Okay. So as you can see right here, I have my folder, I have the name of the folder, and I have my document inside. So once we hit this, we're gonna hit this for now. We're gonna click this for now, and then the folder should be right here. And again, organization. Once again, you're gonna have your own personal folder. This would be something good for you to have on your computer, so that way you can learn how to have your documents in there and have it nice and clean and organized. I like to think of it as a filing cabinet. You want your file. What do you want in your filing cabinet? You want your documents in there, but usually you have them alphabetized, or you have the first name of the person or something like that, or the name of the document. You just want to have it organized and clean. So I'm gonna make several copies of this. Let me go ahead and do that. And we just make several of them. So they're in here, and they're kind of unorganized. But like I said, at least they're in a folder and they're not outside here. Because again, you don't want this. You don't want it to be like this when you start up the home screen. So, and if you ever run into a situation like how I just did just now, where you have it like this and you want to put it in the folder, all you need to do is hold down the mouse just anywhere on the home screen and just kind of go over it until these gray boxes appear over it. And now that they're all selected, you can just drag them to your folder. So, like I said, take some time to practice what you just learned. And then I'm just gonna so I'm just gonna give one more kind of a bonus lesson, if you will, how to just I guess subcategorize too. So we have the hello folder, the wrong folder, and then my folder. So let me just take the hello document and put it in here. Okay. And then let's open up this one and let's take a look. Okay, so we have a ton of goodbye documents and then one hello. Now, I guess the bonus lesson basically how to organize the inside of your folder. Now, I don't want people to go crazy and create folder after folder after folder. You don't have to do that. You just basically have to do it in, I guess, a way where it's just organized. You know, again, it's the word of the day, organization. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna click inside the white area, and we're gonna right click it, make a new folder, and we're gonna call it the hello folder. Okay, I'm gonna drag it here, and then we're gonna make another new folder and call it the goodbye folder. Oop. First right here. And then what we're gonna do is take the hello document and put it into the hello folder. And then we're gonna take the goodbye documents and put them in the goodbye folder. So this only applies to if you are putting your documents into one folder. But in any case, this is another good skill of organization to have because not only do you have your folder, but you also have these folders which organize it better. Because before, it was just the goodbye folders, the goodbye documents, and the hello folder, and the hello document, which can get pretty confusing and pretty cluttered, which you don't want that. So we're going to go ahead, like I said, and organize it. So now, let's start from the beginning. When you boot up your computer, you're going to click onto your document. And as you can see right here, you can click on to the document that you are working on. So if we were working on the goodbye document, they will be there and they will be nice and organized. If you were working on the hello document, it will be there too. And I just dragged that just to make it look nice. But that is the key to basically practicing this because it teaches you, like I said, organization, how to make a file, how to save a file document onto the desktop, create a new file, and create documents on a file and save it. So far, it's pretty easy stuff. Like most things, I don't expect people to get on the first try. If you do, that's good. But if you need practice, it's okay. Just practice doing the things that I explained today, and just kind of work with it. And if you cannot, let's say you can't get it, it's okay. We can figure out to do some one-on-one time. So that is introduction to computers 2. I hope you learn how to do, making what's a file, how to create a file on the document on the desktop, how to create new files to folders, and finally create a document or file and save it. Like I said, if you have any questions, let us know. My name is Eric Pena, and I guess I'll see you in the next class. Thank you, and have a good rest of your day. And remember, just practice. Practice and you'll get it.